since I was a child. Now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I fear there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. Babe, I want to be with you, but you know there's music too. Don't let jealousy hurt you. Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right. So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I fear there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. Babe, I want to be with you, but you know there's music too. Don't
I confirm one more time, you just heard it. We will race number 3 also under black flag. We will race number 3 also under black flag, so make sure.
Into Foilmania. Yes, we are. The Van Ora Engadinwind by Dakine here in Switzerland at Lake Silverplana. We've already had 2 races in the foiling discipline, and we're going to see another 2 races. So that's the plan. Then we're having a break and we're going straight into the foil freestyle. We're just about to hear the 3-minute countdown before the 3rd race, and we're going to take a look at the course and how it's looking. So it's kicking off. We're outside our commentary booth. Your way up there to a top mark. There's 2 marks at the top. It's a box course basically. We're going to pause this in a minute. Obviously we're on super speed. Anyone who's doing this race at this speed is gonna be the winner. But it's a box course, so heading up the wind. I've been speaking to a windward mark on the right hand side of the lake. That's your windward mark, that's where you're heading for, and then you'll go across the top and there's a first reaching mark. Then there's a downwind all the way to this bottom end where we go around another mark. Then there's a reach across to this bottom mark where you can see the graphic is coming through to just then, We're going to go loop around that and go for another lap. And then obviously all the way back upwind. So this was the last mark, so round there. And then we go all the way at the top, back again, and then finish where we just finished. We're going to work on that graphic. We're going to slow it down a little bit, like racing, speed racing. But you get the idea. That is the way it's looking. So these guys you can see who are foiling right out in front of where we are with the cameras. We're going to hopefully have the drone footage. We hope we have the drone footage. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult here in the commentary booth. So bear with us. First time we're doing the foil racing here in Silverplana with a live. So it'd be interesting to see how we go. Who's looking good? Well, we've got joint first places at the moment for Van Opzeland from Holland, I should say, and Julian Bond with a first and a third each. So Julian Bond won the last one, was third in the first one, and Luke Van Opzeland. God, I always get his name wrong. I didn't even know who it was when I saw him in Costa Brava. He's come from RSX sailing, and he's a big fella. He's over 2 meters tall. He's a unit. I don't know how the hell he used to sail RSX. I think he actually had to stop because he couldn't really keep his weight down to, you know, the mid 70s, which is what you need for RSX. So he's swapped over to this racing, and he's taken to it really well, looking very quick. So he's joint first with Julian Bond at the moment. I tell you what, the Swiss competitor Colombo looking very good. He's had some good races. He was second in the first one. We haven't got results for the second one online yet, but he was right up there in the top 5, I'm pretty sure. Gonzalo Costa-Hovel is obviously there or thereabouts. So is Sebastian Curd. Nico Preen is in the mix. Steve Allen, Cunham, and Nicholas Goya had a really good second race, and he is right in the game. Okay, so we're just looking outside at the moment. A few of the guys lining up, and there we go. We are on. We are on. That is the start. Look at that. Nice pumping technique from the Swiss on this side. We got Sebastian Curd in the middle on that Neil Pride. Looks like Opzeland on that Severn sail. You're not used to seeing him on a Severn sail, but there has been a bit of, not a controversy, but the Neil Pride sail is the 10 meters too high, too tall for the IFCA rules. This is the IFCA World Championships, don't forget. So you've got to fit inside the rules, and the Neil Pride is too tall. Over 6 meters or something. So I think he's actually using a Severn. We've got Gonzalo Costa-Hovel on the Severn, looking pretty solid as well. Like Cunham looking very good on the right hand side, but there is a lot of shifts and gusts coming through the lake, and that's proving to be the winner. You've obviously got to stay in the pressure with a bit of breeze, but it's also getting in the breeze and getting those lifts out the corners. So I spoke to quite a few of the guys, and they're banging really hard on the right hand side, getting right into the shore and using that lift off the side to gain them extra pressure. It can happen where you get stuck on the outside, and it can help you. I was speaking to Goya before, and staying on the outside of that gust can also work in your favour. So we haven't got all the Peterway riders here, but like I say, this is the IFCA World Championship, so the winner here will be a world champion. So not to be sniffed at, and there's some big players here. Alexander Kuzan is here. We've got, like I say, Sebastian Curd is here. Gonzalo Costa-Hovel is here. So some big players. The Neil Pride you're seeing out there are 9 meters. The Severns are 10 meters. So all on the big kit, but the Pride guys having to take their 9 meters because the mast is too big on their big one. So kind of interesting. If you're on YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. Obviously, we're on a few different channels today. We've got you on the Facebook as well. But pushing hard. Who's going to be the first round the top mark? Well, I don't know. We'll have to, hopefully we'll get some radio contact from the boats, because as you can see from this angle, it's very difficult. You see what I mean? All banging that right hand side, getting right into the sides, and there's a lift apparently coming off that side. If you can time that with a gust, you can really pull up some places. Severn boy's looking pretty good. Sort of Marta Vrieswijk actually on the land. He's not racing. He's just here for a day. But he had Opzeland was using his sail, so he's like, well, I thought everything is no wonder he's doing well. So yeah, a Ramado Severn 10 meter special. So he should be getting closer to that windward mark. So it looks like we've already gone round. We're hearing Julian Bond could be the first man round. Hopefully we can see a shot of that. Pride. It's a box course, so they should already be freeing off down the, if he's already gone round, should be already near enough on the other side of the lake. Well, there's a lot of riders out there. It's a full fleet race, which can make it pretty difficult. This is, we could do just getting the windward marking shot, so we know where we're at. Nearly there. Go on, boys. What? Where is it? It's somewhere around there. It should be a white mark. There it is. So who's that? Looking pretty solid on the Severn. Looking very good. We've got the Neil Pride maybe of Bontemps coming from the other side. But that is the windward marking shot. That's the shot we want. That's going to help us pick out the riders. So if we can keep that marking shot, say I guess that's Julian Bontemps or Nico Preen was looking pretty good.
Hold that shot.
Got that Severn. Just need to keep that mark in because we'll see the other guys come from the other ley line. Might be coming in underneath him. So just need to keep that windward mark in if we can. Perfect. There we go. So here's the Neil Pride, the Gastra, maybe Goya or Curdle. Looks like we've got Cousin maybe, or maybe it's the Swiss rider. So hard to see the sail numbers from this angle, but we get to see at least the sails. It's the Phantom sail running first, maybe Cousin. Oh, there we go. Someone flying around. Bontemps, I think, maybe on the Neil Pride. So we've got a Gastra up there. Goya or Curdle. Hopefully we can hear over the radio some mark roundings. Not hearing much at the moment. But Phantom in 1 and 2 at the moment. So maybe Alexander Cousin.
I think it might be Alexander Cousin.
We don't know. We did have, like I say, one of the Swiss boys looking pretty hot, but I think he was on a Neil Pride. But we'll get definite confirmation of that when they come down. So different setup here for the IFCA World Championships. Lacking kind of a little bit of information. But you can see what, I mean, does it get better than that? Look at the scenery from the top. You can see all the boys now coming around that top mark. That's that opening reach. And then just going down that left-hand side of the lake and then jibing round. This looks like...
The first guys coming towards the beach.
Should get a better look at them. Still not hearing anything on the radio.
Now we have an official announcement
some
for
mark
all
rounders.
the foil freestylers.
Okay. So
We are at race 3.
there we go. Nice inside jibe mark there. And that is, looks like
Right after race 4, we're gonna have
Op Zealand looking very good again
first
in these lighter airs. He's a big fella, but he's obviously flying at the moment.
here at Lake
JP
Havana.
and Severn at the moment. Usually JP Pride, but like I say, using the 10 metre of the Severn for this competition.
Right
Something to do with the mast lengths. I was kind of a bit late to that. Look at the Phantom guys. They've drifted back though, and it looks like Op Zealand. There we go. Yeah, Ned 55. Good sail numbers on him. Looks like Alexander Cousin maybe from France. And we've also got Julian Bontemps, I think.
Foil freestyle contest.
We've got another Dutchie in the mix.
At the Vanora Engadinwind by
There we go. There's the Gastra of Curdle or probably Goya in the mix.
So in the lead, Alexander Cousin, followed by Luc van op Zeeland.
Luc van op Zeeland in second. Cousin in first. There could be Sebastian Curd. Sebastian Curd, yeah. The Danish rider. So the Danish ripper, it's not Julian Bontemps. So Bontemps got a bit of work to do. Luc op van Zeeland looking very good.
Then Colonel in fourth.
Curdle we're hearing in fourth is the Gastra, not Goya. And it looks like Stephen van Broekhoven just a little bit further back in about 5th place at the moment on that really easy to spot gun sail. A lot shorter, fatter kind of profile on that gun sail.
It's Hugues Jatakke.
I mean, crazy. There we go. So it is Cousin. Let's stay on that close angle. Cousin, and then we had Op van Zeeland looking good. Then we've got Curdle. Cornham, and then Curdle. That's your top 4. And then it maybe is Stephen van Broekhoven on the gun sail. I'm not sure how many people have got the gun sail out there. I know Van Broekhoven was on it. So we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt at the moment. But
Okay, so
Op van Zeeland looking good.
See next on the Cousin with the grey sail. He's followed by Luke Zeeland, or maybe Luke of Zeeland is overtaking him now.
Looking good, isn't he? Looking quick, the Dutchie. Got a lot of speed.
So
I think he's coming inside here. And he's going to be sitting in a very good position. And it is Luke who's just taking a nice wide look at this as he zooms up right up into wind. Lovely mark rounding from the Dutchie. He's got Alexander Cousin who's took the inside line. He sort of took a different line in and got a little few meters on him. But the Dutchman getting nice bit of breeze. If they get headed into that inside, it's going to be the advantage to the Dutchie. We got Curdle fighting it out for third and fourth. Looks like Curdle leaving at the moment. Van Broekhoven looking very good in about sixth place. That was a better angle, boys. Yeah, we just see one of the Phantoms not having much of a... Well, he just had a bad mark round and he's had to go underneath everyone. But Van Broekhoven, he's in the mix here.
Oh no!
So someone's just gone down at this inside mark as we've got a few of the boys just coming around now. Nicholas Houget's coming round. We've got a couple of the GBR boys. Quite a lot of the Brits are here, actually, the young Brits from the RSX background. All mixing it up in the IFCA. And it is the Dutchman to get out first of the corner. Luke van Op Zeeland making a name for himself here at the IFCA World Championships. If he can stay in that position, he will be leading after race number 3. And he has looked very, very good in these opening races. But you can see Alexander Cousin has a better angle on that inside. And it's going to be all to do with the gust coming out of that inside. If he gets a good gust... Yeah, here's the mark round. It's just a few of the back markers coming round. I think we're going to go back up to the leaders. Because say Alexander Cousin, how is that going to work for him? You can see he's about, what, 30 metres inside of Luke van Op Zeeland. Is that going to make a difference? If they get lifted now, Alexander Cousin is going to be in a very good position. If they get headed, get pushed off the wind, then when they tack, Op van Zeeland will be looking in a better position. So it's all going to be about the pressure and the angle going across this lake. We have heard bang in the corner seems to pay, so they want you to bang right into the outside or the inside. Whatever way it is, you've got to hit the corners. That's where you're getting most of the shifts coming from. We've got Stephen saying, do the racing rules of sailing hold sway? This is rules. This is IFCA, so they do have rules. I'm so used to racing with the no rules, I think I've forgotten the rules. There we go. There's the Russian just coming through. These are a little bit further back. We're looking, still looking pretty good. Top boys, that's where the action is. Steve van Broekhoven, I wonder how he's going to round. And there we go. Luke Op van Zeeland already tacking. Not much breeze there. Has it dropped? Is that going to suit the Frenchman or the Dutchie? Let's try and get that windward marking shot. See if we can see who's got the best angle. You can see Van Broekhoven behind, but still in a good position. And it is still the Dutchman.
On the top right mark.
Or is it? No, it's not. I think you'll find Alexander Cousin is inside him by quite some way. So he must have got lifted on the inside of Luke van Op Zeeland there. That is going to be interesting because we can't see Alexander Cousin, but I have a feeling he has gone on the inside of Luke there. Still not over though, this. Still plenty of time to go. We're still waiting to see if we can find that windward mark in the shot. I have a feeling Alexander Cousin could be on for a bit of a storming second run. It's, again, the shifts are making quite a lot of gains or losses towards the top of the course. I spoke to a few of the boys before and they said it's definitely not all over if you're in the lead. You can easily, if you don't make the ley line or you get one of those inside gusts, that can push you right up to the top. But at the moment, last time we saw Alexander Cousin and Luke van Op Zeeland were the men in the mix.
Follow the pack to the right.
Who is going to go around that top mark? There we go. I think that's Alexander Cousin coming in from the left-hand side now, and he's going to round in first place. Now, where is Luke van Opzeeland? Let's have a see. If he's coming in hard on that right lay line. Oh, that's the other mark, boys. Go back to the other shot if we can. There he is. He's round. And Op van Zeeland has lost ground, but he's coming round with speed. Let's follow those two round. That is the leading pack there. Alexander Cousin has got that lead back. What we saw on the downwind is Op van Zeeland was a bit faster. So he'll be fancying his chances now coming down this last downwind. So we've got one downwind and a reach to the finish before we get a result as they go around that outside jibe mark. It's going to be between these two riders, Alexander Cousin from France and the Dutchman, Op van Zeeland, looking very good. Van Opzeeland. I'm going to have to get that name right. Opzeeland, we'll call him that. I'm going to have to come up with a nickname. It's too long. Zeeland. The Zoolander. Zoolander's going to be in with a chance, if anything, here. Alexander Cousin trying to hold on. He's got the big Dutchman breathing down his neck. That's how the view is of Lake Silverplana for this Van Ora Engadinwind by Dakine. For some great views of the racing here. Really nice place for foil racing. Seems to be perfect, bit tactical, got a few shifts and gusts coming through, you know, really nice water state, and probably the perfect wind for the big foil kit. 10 metres, 9 metres, that's what most of the guys are on. That is a shot of Alexander Cousin, who is leading round that outside jibe mark. Op Zeeland, the Zoolander, having a go though. Where is he? He's gone a little bit of a different route down the bottom end. See if we can pick him out. Where are they? Look like they're staying down that one side. So still pretty tight. Looks like the Zoolander's in the middle here. And by this angle, looks like he's gained ground on the rest of the pack. The other boys are trying to stay tactically and stick to that other side. And we'll see if the Zoolander has got his tactics right. He's gone straight down the middle. So we'll focus not on this boy. There he is. Follow him round. So there he is, Mr. Zoolander himself. Has he got the blue steel? Alexander Cousin, though, looks like he's got a really nice deep angle. Here he is. Zoolander versus Cousin. And it looks like the Frenchman with the advantage. Zeeland coming in. It's going to come down to this last jibe mark, probably. And then out and out speed. Can we have a look at the other shot? Oh, no. Yeah, that's it. That's the shot. That's the opening two, unless someone has done an amazing downwind. So this is the two riders coming into that last jibe mark. There's definitely not much between them. One mistake, one dab of the board on the water would probably give the other the victory. So round the last jibe mark, no pressure. Great jibe from Zoolander. Look at that thing. Right in the mix now. Oh, who's your money on? I reckon the big Dutchman might have got the inside line here. He's definitely got the levers to cause the Frenchman some trouble. Looks like he's getting the power down. This is going to be a full drag race to the finish between Alexander Cousin and Luke van Opzeeland. We're going to call him Zoolander. Oh, and he's hit the board. Oh, no. The Zoolander, I think, might have just thrown it away. I think he might have just thrown it away. He's coming back strong. This is neck and neck coming down this last reach. The foil, look at the bend in that thing. He is right on the edge. The Dutchman versus the Frenchie. Oh my God. Let's hope it makes it to the end. This is absolutely insane. Close battle. I'm looking out the window. It's going to be Luke van Opzeeland. Armando Frieswijk giving him the punch to the air. That was an epic battle for the finish of that thing. The Zoolander takes it ahead of Cousin. In third place, it looks like we're going to have Sebastian Curd coming through. Curdle. There we go. That's Curd. We've got Curdle just coming through on the Gastra. Then we've got Steve Allen coming through. What a race from the top, boys, though. Really epic stuff as we're coming down that last reach. We've got, I think, Gonzalo Costa Hovel just coming down. Talking about, what, 6th place now? I can't remember. Steve van Broekhoven still in the mix. Nice. Good at freestyle also good at racing. How's that? Van Brockhoven causing some problems ahead of Julian Bond Toms. Oh, Goya as well coming through. A net 465. I'll have to do my homework. Nico Preen coming through. Then we got GBR 10 and Swiss 63. Swiss 63 is Colombo. He was looking really good. So really top racing there from all the boys. Impressive. So I'm going to have to get my homework in. We've got all the riders noted down, but they're not in order of countries, so it's actually hard to just scroll down and find a number. So apologies for that. We are it's a work in progress. We're here at the first IFCA World Championships doing the live stream. We've got Adam Sims on the decks, bringing the production. Just a little bit stressful. Let's go good. Nicolas Huget going through. Pastor coming through. I mean, this is big time racing, this. Max Penny, Steve Allen still racing. Yes, he is. He's still going. Still in the mix for sure. How many knots of wind? We've probably got, what, 12 to 15 knots of wind out there. Kind of a consistent breeze here in Silver Plana. Beautiful spot, says Mert. Too right. Absolutely lovely. We've got a couple of big crashes at the end there. Don't know if you've seen that. Oh, it looks tight, doesn't it?
All right, let me go ahead again.
Oh. It's carnage on the finish line. Absolutely carnage. Hopefully we get those results coming through as well. As soon as they're online, we're going to bring you them as we go. Just getting up to date on where we're at. If you are just joining us, we are at the Venora Engadinwind, brought to you by Dakine. We got Foilmania, that's what they're calling it. We're going to have one more foil race at the IFCA World Championships here in Lake Silver Plana in Switzerland. And then we're going to do the first ever freestyle battle on foils, yes. And that's brought to you by MB Boards and Fins, I guess. That's where they first cut their teeth.
Video of that coming.
We're going to have a quick preview of the video of the freestyle foil, what we've got coming up. That is what we have got coming up for you. The MB freestyle battle on the foils, yes. Yeah, you guessed it. Bulls Muller, he probably instigated that. He is Swiss. We are in Switzerland. Why not? We've also got his brother, Jacob Muller. And we should have some others. I've heard there's 4 riders in the freestyle battle.
Michael Naff.
Michael Naff is in there, also known as Rawham. Is that Rawham? Yeah.
Right.
And we've also got another rider. We're still waiting for confirmation.
I guess Jentel or Stephen, perhaps.
Yeah, Jentel or Stephen, but we don't know if they've got the foil board in time. I heard Jentel didn't make it. But whatever it is, even if there was one rider out and his name was Bulls Muller, it would be worth tuning in for the live. Obviously, we've got the races as well. We've got Paula saying, whoa. Hitchcock final, Max Penny. Nice spot. It is a nice spot. Got Yenti saying, big Ned 55 to the win. He's winning now. He's leading this whole competition, this world championship. Like I say, new name for me. That's the waterfall in the background. Yeah. If you wonder where we are, Lake Silver Plana, Switzerland. If you've never been here, I'm not joking. it wasn't really on my list of places to come, but now I've been here, it's an amazing place. Absolutely insane. The wind comes in every day. It's obviously not the strongest of winds. We're up in the mountains. We're like nearly 2,000 meters. So the air is quite thin up here. So it's not as dense as, let's say, in somewhere like Zilt or somewhere like this. But there is breeze. If you're into foiling or big slalom kit cruising, they do get wind for freestyle, but it's obviously not as consistent as the lighter wind like this, 12 to 15 knots we've kind of got out there at the moment. So yeah, the event has been around for 42 years. Yeah, it's the longest running event. Well, actually, the marathon is. The marathon is the longest running windsurfing event, continuously running. You know, it's never stopped. It's always run every year. Numbers have gone up, numbers have gone down. I think at its peak had 700 riders. How the hell you could get 700 on the start line? I have no clue. But they have all the different disciplines: grandmasters, masters, veterans. They've got a windsurfer class, you know, original windsurfer class. They've got foiling. They've got loads of different stuff going on. It's a kind of must-have. Now I've been here, I kind of know it's a must-see. You've got to do it. It's got to be worth it. And if you're into mountain biking as well, it looks like the biking around here is insane. Get yourself an e-bike though, because I have a feeling it's a long way up the hill. It's a very long way. I think you can get the lift, I guess, because there is snowboarding and skiing to be had around here in the winter. So I guess there's lifts available for those who don't have e-bikes. Or for the super fit, you could ride up there. But at 2,000 meters going up to what, 4,000, I guess? It's pretty hectic. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to show you some shots from last year, just to give you a bit of an idea of what has been going on in the past event.
Since I was a child, now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I fear there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. That I want to be with you, but you know there's music too. Don't let jealousy hurt you. Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right.
Okay, so there you go. That was clips from last year. Pretty interesting place, this one, isn't it? You've got the scenery of the mountains around, and you've got the action being thrown down by some of the best riders in the world. This year, the Venora Engadinwind, brought to you by Dakine, going off. It's 21st to the 25th of August, obviously here in Switzerland at Lake Silverplana. We've got one more foil race for you. This is obviously the IFCA World Championships. So the winner of this event will be the world champion in IFCA. Not all the Peterway boys are here, but there's a very good amount of them. But at the moment, they're not really leading. It's Luke van Op Zeeland. Yes. Interesting. He comes from a RSX background, just to fill you in case you don't know who he is. And he said he was 195. He spurted up to over 2 meters, and at 75 kilos, it just wasn't working. He couldn't. His body just wasn't made for that sort of weight. So decided just to eat normally, and now he's putting his effort into the foil racing, and it does seem to be proving to be a very worthy thing to do. He's borrowing actually Amado Vrieswijk's sail, 10 meters Severn. He's on JP board. And he's just smashed out a bullet in the last one. An exciting last reach with him and Alexander Kuzan. Looked really cool. I mean, he dropped it in the middle. We thought he'd lost it all, and then came back really strong towards the end and just pipped the Frenchman to the post. We've got Simon Hardy saying GBR 10 is Henry Bloodworth. There we go. We've got a lot of young GBRs in this. I'm looking down. We've got Finn Hawkins, GBR 19. I say they're not in order, all the ones I've got on here. They're all randomly spaced on my sheet of paper. GBR 69, David Coles. We've got GBR 10. This is Henry Bloodworth, as we just said. GBR 262, Max Beeman. Obviously, we've got other countries out there, but we've got Izzy Adcock from the UK as well. Who else have we got in there? Let's have a read out a few randoms. We've got Germany 2, Florian Bandel. We've got a couple of Polish rippers. Pavel Dietrich. I don't know if that's my best Polish, but I think we've got Michael Polak as well. So we've got a few. I mean, there's a load. How many riders have we got in this competition? 70 riders all in all at this World Championship. And talking about names that we've heard of from the PWA days. Obviously, I'm commenting on the PWA usually. Well, we've got a few big ones. Sebastian Curd, Sebastian Kernum, both of those boys usually on there. Luka Matrovic, he's a regular. Nicholas Goya. You know, Alexander Cousin, obviously saw him. Antonio Cosilino, obviously coming from an RSX background. A few of the guys crossing over from the RSX. Julian Bond, obviously ex-Olympic medalist, crossed over quite a few years ago to the foil. He's been pushing hard, and he is, I think, I would say, he was in second place coming into that third one, but he didn't have such a good race then. So that'll put him back in the pack a little bit. But actually, I've just thought, this is IFCA, isn't it? I think you get a discard after 3. Which to me is crazy, but this is IFCA. I mean, 3 races and you get rid of 1, so you're losing a third. But it's always been an interesting one. I think the next one you get 2 after 5. I'll have to check my rules. So I have to get, I'm sure there's a few of you boys watching or girls watching at home that know the rules. You can maybe fill me in. I think they do the same IFCA rules in the UK as well. Ned69? No, Ned69 is not here. Jordi Vonk is not in the house. Amado Vrieswijk is in the house, but he's only here for 1 day. He's just come to show his face, show the girlfriend the sights of Silver Planner. Worth it, I can tell you. Definitely worth it. Just going to say we're going to get one more race, then we're going to go foil freestyle. First time we're ever going to see that, so that's pretty exciting. Just heard there's a big move just been thrown down outside by Paul's Muller, getting warmed up. Just so you know, official results from race 1. I'm just going to give you a rundown in case you don't know. Luc van Op Zeeland first. I'll just read out second names. Colombo from Switzerland second. Bontemps third. Costa-Hovel fourth. Curdle fifth. Preen sixth. Seventh. Allen. Kurnham eighth. Goya ninth. And Gallo from France, or Gallio from 10th place. In the second race, we had Bontemps first, Goya second, Van Op Zeeland third, Curdle fourth, Kernham fifth, Cousin sixth, Steve Allen seventh, Preen eighth, Colombo 9, Gallio 10. So you're hearing the same sort of names in there. Stauffacher's in there. It's not Ollie Stauffacher. Is it one of the family members?
Cousin, I believe.
Cousin. Okay, the Stauffacher's very big in Switzerland. Big family in Switzerland.
Also, another cousin, female as well, is it?
There's a Stauffacher. There's a Richard Stauffacher.
Oh, Richard Stauffacher. Yeah, he was. He represented Switzerland in the Olympics.
Okay.
And he did really well. I think he was the highest placed Swiss Olympian.
Okay. Well, just hearing there is a countdown going, so we are getting ready for race number 4. We don't have official results of race number 3 yet, but we will be getting them hopefully very soon. If you're on the Windsurfing TV YouTube channel, give us a shout out or tell us where you're watching from. There's obviously a few guys on there. Brits are tuning in. We have got the IFCA Foil World Championships on at the moment here in Silver Planner for the Van Nora Engadinwind by Dakine. This is Foilmania. Why is it called Foilmania? Well, we got a lot of foils out there. We got the Foil Marathon coming up on Saturday, longest running windsurfing event ever, continuously running. You know, with no gaps, no stops, run every year unless there was no wind. And then we've also got the first MB freestyle foil battle, which should be a very interesting sight to behold. What that crazy Bulls Muller is going to do out there, we do not know. I don't think he even knows. We're looking forward to that. We got Niels van der Kaal. Watched this morning, towing, came back to see the wind. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a few people. Obviously, towing has mixed reviews. For me, when there's no wind, it's glassy. What would you rather do? Nothing. Or get the boys on the water, using windsurfing equipment, using apparent wind, because it is wind. You're getting wind in the sail, otherwise you can't take off like they're doing. And you get to get pictures and action and video. If you see that picture or video we put on earlier, Adam Sims has put it on, and we've all kind of shared it. I put it on Windsurfing TV. I think it's on all the sites, but just check out the action. Now, what would you rather, see that or us sitting on the beach? It makes no sense. You know, they've got windsurfing equipment. It is windsurfing. It's not like any Tom, Dick or Harry or a snowboarder can do what they're doing out there. You need to be a windsurfer and you need to have skills. So for me, there's no comparison. Windsurfing wins every time. But if there's no wind, why not do a bit of towing? I think you can bring it action right next to the beach. We had really loads of spectators sitting really close. I think we've got to mix up the discipline, personally speaking, as a spectator point of view. I want to see a bit more variety, but still, it's pretty nice just to see them out there having it. What Neil's saying, office life. how dynamic is the camera angle? I mean, gee, look at the view, man. This is such a cool view. I love the high drone. We've got a few drones out there, so we're not limited to just one drone. I think we've got 2, maybe even 3, if we're lucky. We've got a racing drone. If you haven't seen that clip of Balls Muller, just check the speed of this drone. It's like an angry wasp out there. Here we go, lining up for the start.
There we go.
There we go. It's a good start by the looks of it.
Good start.
It's lovely. See, you've got people on the IFCA. You can start on port tack as well, and it seems to be port tack bias because all the leaders are coming out the port hand side. You can see all those couple of Neil Pryes up the left hand side. We've got one of the Severns poking out the middle. That's probably Van Op Zeeland looking very good again. The Dutchman with another good start. Steve Allen closest to us on that Severn, also looking good. Got maybe one of the Neil Pry guys, could be Sebastian Curd. They just want to get into this corner as quick as possible, and that seems to be paying out. We've got Julian Bond. I think Vorenberg is out there as well. I think I just saw the Frenchman there on shot.
Okay, so let's
Look at the scenery though, Jesus, look at the mountains and stuff. This is thermal wind, it comes down the valley from kind of 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock onwards, then picks up, they say the strongest usual winds about 3 to 4, obviously can change. But looking very good here, Steve Allen I think it is, on that Severn. Van Op Zeeland looking good, the Zoolander. I think we're going to have to call him Zoolander, aren't we? It's just already sticking. Which foils are they using? There's a bit of a mixture, to be honest. A lot of different foils out there. But we have got wind. We've got perfect foil racing wind. That's either Goya or Curdle there, looking pretty good. That's Steve Allen just going under the camera, so he's looking in a good position. Now you can see, just going to bang right into that corner and try and make the windward mark. The boys have told me there's definite wind shifts right next to the corners. So you get headed coming in and really lifted coming out. So there's a good wind bend to be used, and that is proven to be the tactics. Oh, looking nice as they come across the shot here. Van Op Zeeland looking good again. And actually the guys behind him, I was thinking, looked like they got headed a bit coming out. But maybe it looks like they're going to be okay. Where's that windward mark? We've got an eye on it, I think, at the top end. So got a bit of German on the radio. But look at that. How's that for a view? Just so nice. Spaced out racing. Van Op Zeeland looking good. Steve Allen looking really good as well. But look, still quite a long way to the mark. So it will depend on what gusts and what shifts start to come. But Van Op Zeeland looking very good. He's got the speed he must have. You can't be in the mix every time if you haven't got good speed. I mean, he's over 2 meters tall. So he's got the levers. About 10 to 12 knots, I would say that. It's a few little white caps out there, but it's kind of quite a light wind. There's not as much pressure up at 2,000 meters. I'm struggling to speak. My voice is already gone a bit like... Is that to do with I don't know what that's to do with altitude? But some great racing, and the Dutchman is leading the way in this IFCA World Championships at the moment. He is showing them all how it's done. But Steve Allen looking like he's in the lead here. He's going to attack first. Zoolander right behind him, and then we've got one of the Gastras coming across. Could be Curdle. Could be Goya. Not quite sure. And he is going to... Steve Allen crossing in front of all the guys coming across on starboard tack. And Zoolander's having to pump a lot here to make it through. But he's still looking in a very good position as they coming up into that windward mark. He's going to be rounding probably in the first or second place. And he actually might get the inside line on Steve Allen. If they can get one of those lifting gusts coming up into that windward mark, you might see the Dutchman go inside Steve Allen. And he could round in first place, and then he would be looking very good for leading after 4 races on day number 1 of this IFCA World Championships. So you can see the windward mark just coming into shot now, and it is. I think it's going to be the Dutchman who goes round in first place. Going to be quite a lot of guys coming in on that port tack ley line. They're going to challenge him. Steve Allen's going to have to tack, but Zoolander's going to jibe in, tack inside, and he is going round in first. So the Dutchman goes round in first place. Second place, Steve Allen. No, second place is going to be a sneaky little tack on the inside on the Neil Pride. but slips into third as Steve Allen goes over the top. But Van Op Zeeland looking solid as a rock at this competition here for the Vanora Engadinwind, brought to you by Dakine. Absolutely perfect foiling conditions here on Lake Silvaplana in Switzerland. And the Zoolander goes round in first, Steve Allen second. Then we've got one of the Neil Pride boys. Could be Bontemps. Kernum's been going well in the previous ones. We also saw Nicholas Vorenberg. I thought I saw him on that opening upwind, so he could be in with a chance. There we go, bit of support for the Dutchman coming through. Phil Brown says great drone shots. Hi from France. Lekker Luke. Obviously Luke Van Op Zeeland holding it on for the Dutchies. They've got someone to cheer for now. They've got no Jordy Vonk here, but they do have Luke Van Op Zeeland. Yes, remember the name because he is coming. He is up there. He is really challenging this foil discipline. He's a tall boy, he is. 2 meters 1. Yeah, he'd probably fit 2. He's probably twice as tall as me. And here he is. That is the Dutchman. We apparently used to see him on Neil Pride, but the Neil Pride big sail is too tall here. The IFCA states it can't be, I think, over 6 meters. I could be wrong. I'll check that, but I think it's too tall. They did do a little bit of a check on Nico Preen after the last race, so they are measuring here because IFCA does have rules. It's not like the Peterway where it's no rules, just has to be production. But here in the IFCA there are rules. Just looking to see who has got the better of this downwind. The Zoolander looking pretty good. We've got Neil saying Lampy Mark II. Fantastic footage, says Easy Jerkin. That's a good name.
Obviously not 40, 50 years before, but a good foiler is good in every condition.
So looking good. We're going to have a look out the window to see what's happening. It's so hard with this foil racing and the downwind angle. You kind of lose track of where everyone's gone and what seems to be going. This is Steve Allen looking on the lowest line. So where's Zeeland? Is he coming? If it is him coming across, he's lost ground on the Neil Pride and the Severn, unless he's ahead already. I think we might find... Oh no, so Zoolander's come really far to the ley line, so a different tactic, which is strange considering his opponents have gone the other way, but who am I to question? He's the one leading this event, but Steve Allen has stayed in the pressure here, and he's looking really good. The master, that is Steve Allen, and he's going to make the ley line. Look at him. That is a perfect angle. So Van Op Zeeland has dropped back here. And it's going to be the master, that is Steve Allen, that goes round the bottom mark in first place. So really good downwind from Steve Allen. Second place is the Neil Pride. Bontemps we're here, it is in second. Op Zeeland apparently is in third place. And then we've got one of the other Severns, could be Gonzalo Costa Hovel. And then we've got, I think, the Gastro boys coming through. So Goya and Curdle probably. So hopefully we'll hear confirmation of that, or we can get a close-up. You can see the different angles and lines coming in here. It does look like Bontemps on the Neil Pride. Got his trademark bum out style. But Steve Allen, he's slowing up here. Bontemps is taking some speed out of him, and look how low they go. This is to get the mark round in. They're going super low, and then we cut in close. But it's Steve Allen round, then Bontemps in second, Van Op Zeeland in third. Then it looks like Goya in fourth, then Curdle in fifth. Then it is Gonzalo Costa Hovel in sixth. And then we've got a little bit of a gap between, we see Sebastian Curd coming round from Denmark. And then I think it's Alexander Kuzan. And then Steven van Broekhoven, there again, the freestyler.
And then pretty solid now.
So, solid race from all the boys. What can Van Op Zeeland do on this upwind? He's pretty quick. Can he challenge the top boy? He's got a nice inside line on the top two there, though. Obviously, last time we looked, it was Steve Allen leading. Second place, Julian Bontemps. All have had good races so far. Oh, and Op Zeeland goes straight through the middle. Lovely from the Dutchman. The Grandmaster, Steve Allen, rocks it, says Max Penny. Hello from the US. Great coverage, says Bill Bradstreet. New Zealand is my trainer. You lucky man, Matt. You lucky man. What is this? What is this? This is the IFCA World Championships from Lake Silver Planner for the Vanora Engadinwind, brought to you by Dakine. We've also got Foilmania. It's all part of it. We've got the freestyle battle coming up on the foils. That's coming up in the break after this race. Then we'll be going back to racing. We've got the EFPT towing in the mornings when there's no wind. So we've got all action here in Lake Silver Planner in Switzerland for the next couple of days. Finishing up on Sunday, but not before we kick off with the longest standing windsurfing race in the world. Yes, the Silver Planner Marathon. 42 years it's been going and they've never missed a year. So really good to see. Over 150 competitors for that. Sailboats, kites, everything. Lots of different categories. Should be a real epic thing. Lots of
the home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Silver Planner, you are missing out. You should get involved. So, where's the leaders? Who's looking good? For me, it looked like the Zoolander had a nice rounding around the bottom mark and had a good pretty much into that right-hand side. He was the one that made it further up and got right into the corner. And that could make the difference between those ley lines and getting those inside gusts. There's a few light patches around the lake, so you've got to keep on your toes here. And there we go. We're seeing Steve Allen is already behind Luke Van Op Zeeland. Look at him. He's already going, the Dutchie. He's right back in the hunt. He has got strange tactics, so he goes around the downwind and just goes the total opposite to everyone else. But like I said, how can you question the guy who is leading this competition? Although Bontemps looks like he's got the inside line there. So we've got three riders who are in the mix here, really. These are the three that are probably in with a chance of winning this race. Steve Allen on the right of the three. It's like Orion's belt out there. And then in the middle of the belt, we had Van Op Zeeland from Holland. And then just upwind on your left of picture now is Julian Bontemps. So that's your top three at the moment. We've got basically half a lap to go. We're nearing the windward mark. Bontemps looking good. Steve Allen looks like he's lost ground to the other two. Luke looks like he's caught up. He was in third around the bottom mark, and he's definitely not in third now, depending on these shifts at the top of the race course. There we go, that's the windward mark. So, who's going to be first round? Steve Allen, Luke Van Op Zeeland, or Julian Bontemps? That's the question. We've got three riders, you can see them at the top of your picture, right at the very top, in line. So if that's to go by, Steve Allen's in with a chance, but Luke's going to jibe inside him, that is for sure. So it should be advantage the Dutchie. And Julian Bontemps has not crossed in front, so it's definitely advantage the Dutchie. He's got back into this race, and if he's got the right ley line here, he should round the windward mark in first place. If he's undercooked it, Steve Allen might come through with a bit of speed. So Steve Allen, all eyes on that windward mark to see who's got the nod. It looks like it's going to be the Dutchie, the Zoolander, who's going to go around in first place. Just breaking up a little bit. Oh, but that's not one of the races. There we go. It is. I'm pretty sure that's the Zoolander in first, Steve Allen in second, and Bontemps in third. And now we go to the downwind. One downwind and then one reach to finish. And he's done the same thing. So the Dutchman jibing straight off. Steve Allen has done exactly the same thing as he did as well. So he went down to the left-hand side. Oh no, so there we go. Steve Allen already jibing. Bontemps jibing in third place. I think then we've got Goya and Curdle on the Gastras. Who's going to win the battle of the downwind? There he is. That's Steve Allen on that red Severn sail. Just crossing with a couple of the guys who are going upwind.
And to stick with the red sail there, that's good.
So that's Steve Allen, was in second place around that outside jibe mark. All eyes will be trying to just pick out that Dutchman. He should be just on the right of Steve Allen. There he is. I think he's Oh no, that's Bontemps, I think, on the Neil Pride, just heading down just on the right hand side, just flickering in and out your picture. Yeah, going down the middle of the race course. And it's Steve Allen, I think. You can see, there he is. That's the Zoolander has already jibed though. So he, although he's going to get crossed by Steve Allen, he's actually got the speed. And there he is, and he's stayed in that pressure. You can see that gust coming through, and he's done well there. The Dutchman looking in control at this IFCA World Championships here in Lake Silverplana for the Engadinwind. Could this be his breakout event? He's definitely started well. There he is. That's the Dutchman on your screens. Just look at the gap between him and the rest of the riders. He's already pulled out. That's Julian Bond, I think, behind him. And he's pumping his RSX little heart out. Where's Steve Allen? He must have gone quite far over. But Luke van Op Zeeland looking very good in this fourth race. Can he get another win? He won the last race. I think he won the first race as well. So he is looking in fine, fine form. Like I say, Jordy Vonk might not be here, but Luke van Op Zeeland is here. And there we go. That's a bit of a look at how it's looking as we come down. And Steve Allen, depending on this gust, maybe has a chance. He's got a more direct line to the mark. Luke van Op Zeeland's going to jibe though. Needs to stay out of trouble here. Does. Keeps on the foil. Where's Steve Allen? That's where we're looking. He's pumping, so he's obviously not guaranteed. Steve Allen having a nice run into this bottom mark. We need to get close in on him here, boys. Oh, he's just kind of cooked it. Oh, he's got round. The Steve Allen jibes inside. So, Steve Allen, the master of the downwind. Who'd have thought it? Is that Steve Allen? It's got to be. Does he fancy his chances on the reach? That's going to be the battle. Van Op Zeeland was one of the quickest on the reach. So if the smart money would be on the Dutchman, he wasn't leading around the bottom mark, but we know how fast he is. 2 meters tall. He's got the levers. And there he is. He's already pulled out. He knows it. He looks like he's chatting to him. Is he giving a bit of trash talk? Or does he talk to himself? Does anyone know Luke? Does he talk to him? He's having a... Oh, he's gone relaxed. He's gone for the one hand. He looks pretty. That is a hell of a first day here at this IFCA World Championships. What a day. Luke van Op Zeeland has definitely had a breakout. Second place, Steve Allen. What a race from the Dutchman. 3 first places so far out of 4. He is in fine, fine form. Borrowing Amada Vrieswijk's sail. Obviously working well for him. Second place, third place is Thomas Goya. Sorry, Nicholas Goya. Then we've got Bontemps, drops to 4th. He'll be gutted with that. He's going to be in the mix. In 5th place, we've got Gonzalo Costa Hovel. And then it looks like Sebastian Curd will come in after Gons.
Big fight here between Alexander Cousin and Sebastian Curd. It will be
Alexander Cousin comes through, and then Sebastian Curd. You know, these are top racers. Look at the gap between them and the top boys. Nico Preen just coming over the line. And then we've got the next Phantom, which is France 10. Better do some homework. France 10. As soon as we get the results sheets after today, it will be a lot easier to rip out the sailors, but struggling at the moment, boys. But some good results. Steve van Broekhoven coming through. France 55 as well. That's Gallios. So, what do you make of the racing, boys and girls? Let us know if you're out there on the YouTube or Facebook. I'm not sure which Facebook we're on now. I guess we're on the Engadinwind. I've just been looking at the Windsurfing TV YouTube channel. It makes it easier if I'm just commenting. But so we're going to have a gap now, just so you know, for anyone tuning in, we are going to have the MB Freestyle Battle. And I say freestyle battle, but it's a freestyle battle with a difference. We've got the foil freestyle battle. There is 4 riders. We might be 3 by the time we even get to this. But one of them, well, 2 of them are from the Muller clan. Yes, we've got Bulls Muller and Jacob Muller. Jacob Muller might not be here. We heard he might be a late entry coming in tomorrow. He's been in Greece training and he has been throwing down some absolute crazy stuff. We've just finished the 4th race of the IFCA World Foil Championships.
Luke from Zero and second place finisher Steve Allen.
Okay, so before we go to that freestyle battle, we're going to have a short clip. Just going to say, Steve Allen used an old freestyle, was it Formula Cell cut down? Well, it looks that way, doesn't it? But yeah, we're going to take a small break now and have a look at the clip of what we have got coming up for you guys. Okay, so we're back. That's what we've got coming up. We're going to get a full list of who's going to be entering, but the boys have been out warming up. Bulls Muller is in full effect. We've got Raw Ham. Yes, and you're thinking Raw Ham? Yes, that's a nickname. Yeah, that is a nickname. It's not a real name, but it's a nickname. Raw Ham is going to be out there, and if he lands on the foil, we might see a bit of Raw Ham, because those things are sharp. So don't try this at home, kids, just yet, unless you have good protection. It's not for the newbie to freestyle. I think it's probably worth training. Here we go. Sebastian, you might have to come very close to this mic, because apparently you got to get really close.
Really close.
That's it. Give us some rundowns for what's been going on out there.
Yeah, we had some good wind. It was fun foil racing for sure. Pretty tactical, because I would say it's not the normal thermic wind we have up here, but it's a bit of a stream within, like the normal weather stream coming in.
Okay.
And that makes the wind more shifty than it normally is, and even with normal condition, it's quite shifty. So it's very tactical, but
what are the tactics?
you have to read the gusts and put your tack on the right moment, the jibe on the right moment. If you jibe on a lull, you lose 2-3 places like this. Super easy. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that I could put some constant results out.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I think 5 as 6 and 2 fourth. So
solid first day. Well, we haven't finished the first day yet.
Yeah, let's see. But normally now the wind will drop a little bit, and then I don't know if it's good. But yeah, I'm happy to be racing here after the injury in Fuerteventura.
I had back
2 whole days of training for this event.
And how is it feeling? Because obviously, for people who don't know, you had a nasty cut on your foot.
Yeah, exactly. No, the cut is fine, but I'm just missing the training, and I'm wearing booties, and that also doesn't help when you're not used to them. So I just struggle after the tag. I struggle to find my strap and stuff like that. But happy to race. It's cool here. The scenery is nice, and the racing is super tight and really rewarding.
I've got to ask you, Luke van Op Zeeland. Who the hell is Luke van Op Zeeland?
No, I know him. He was with us in the PWA. Now he got a sail from Gonzalo because the Pride apparently can't use the big sail because of that mast issue.
I heard it's a Mardo sail.
Okay, then it's a Mardo sail. I don't know, because we were just at dinner and then Gonzalo was like, hey, you know what, look, you get a sale from me.
Okay.
So he's using the Severn, and apparently he's going good with it, isn't
He's going good. 3 wins out of 4. I mean, that's some solid racing. And he's had some... He looks fast.
Yeah, but he's fit, you know. He has a R6 background, and I see him always after the start. He's just right in front of me, so I have pretty good vision of that. And when he goes normal, I'll for sure can keep up.
Yeah.
But then he, like every 20 seconds, he puts up this pumping session, and every time there he gains a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not fit enough right now because of all that resting I had to do with the injury to put every 20 seconds a pumping session of 10 seconds.
And it makes a difference because on the foil, that's when you're climbing. That's when you're gaining like upwind stuff. I think we saw it. He came around the bottom mark in that last one in 3rd. And I think he put a little bit of a pumping session on, climbed, and that's what gave him that little, you know, extra bit on the upwind.
He must be really fit because he's really, you can set the timer now. Every 20 seconds, he puts 10 seconds of pumping.
Maybe he's got a watch that sort of goes, beep, beep. He's like, oh, here we go.
Shit, here we go again.
Interval training up the beat.
Yeah.
But good though, really good, exciting racing in some good races.
Yeah.
I like a bit of shifting. You know, a nice bit of shifting doesn't hurt anyone. Unless you're on the wrong end of it, then it feels pretty bad.
Exactly. The worst thing is when you're like, your upwind was great, you're in a great position, you're in front of the pack going downwind, and then there's just no wind, and the guys from behind come with the gust.
That's horrible.
Oh, and you can't do anything. You're just standing there like waiting for the gust to hit you as well, and they just overtake you. Like, wow.
That is one of the worst feelings in racing, I think, is that upwind, downwind on a run.
No, the worst feeling is stepping into a fin 10 minutes before your first race and sitting on the beach for the whole event. That is the worst feeling.
You might win that one. All right, man. Well,
okay, so what's going on?
It's a good question. We are going to do, well, the plan was to do foil freestyle, the first ever. Is it windy enough? Because the wind has dropped a little bit, doesn't it? It definitely dropped.
But now the sun comes out a bit more, and that normally means that the wind will pick up again.
They're all there.
Okay, so they're all there. We've got them all on the floating pontoon. Cheers, mate.
Thanks.
There we go. Sebastian Curd there, fresh back from his injury. 2 days training. Never easy. Redfire says hello from Slovenia. Feel like a rapper, the microphone I've got. Not Oasis. We are live. Okay, let's have a look what we've got going on. Okay. So, do we know, will we have a starting time? That's the question. So, starting time is in about 5 minutes time. So, we've got a bit of time before we go. I think we might play the, should we play the freestyle foil clip just to get you in the mood?
Of course.
I think we can. I think we should just get you in the mood for a bit of foil freestyle. We should have a few of the boys, and maybe they'll do a bit of a warm-up. Are my eyes deceiving me, or do we have a lady in this foil freestyle? I think we do, yes. I thought I could recognise that. Who is this? Do we have a list of competitors? We don't have a list of competitors here in the office, but hopefully we will find out who it is. Maybe there's 2. 1. Okay. Hopefully someone can bring me a list of the action. I know we've got Bulls Muller. Let's play the clip. We'll do some homework. that is what we wanted to see. That's what we were hoping to see. But the wind has definitely gone a little bit light. How is that going to impact on this foil freestyle session? Well, probably quite a lot if they're not planing, because we won't be seeing any foiling. But we'll wait. We stay hopeful. We definitely stay hopeful. We're always hopeful. Let's have a little scan around the internet. Who's tuning in? This is the PWA Tour. No, this is not the PWA Tour. This is the one-off event that is the Van Ora Engadinwind by Dakine, but they've brought in the EFPT for the freestyle towing, and I guess the freestyle battle is just a one-off event brought to you by the local company, that's MB Boards, for this event. Or is it an EFPT run?
The foil.
Yeah.
The foil is just, it's a one-off. It's not.
It's a one-off.
EFPT
Run,
it's
not anything run by. I mean, the guys behind the EFPT are here, having a look at it, I guess. But I don't think it's not an official EFPT.
Yeah, that's right.
event.
I mean, they're going to look at it with interest because, of course, there is a small movement going towards the foil freestyle.
It's very small. It's the Muller family.
Essentially,
It's basically everyone in Switzerland. They love it.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's, but I don't know, I mean, others have been trying it, of course.
Yeah.
There are days where you can't hit the water and it's not really windy enough.
Well, Balls Muller is getting all the coverage, and his brother at the moment. And
Exactly.
I think he must have doubled his followers, maybe tripled his followers since he's been the man just sending it on a foil.
Exactly, yeah.
And he has been sending it. It's not like he's just tweaking around doing the odd move. He is doing some of the bigger things than people are doing on normal boards, which is quite crazy. Paros is watching, apparently. Hello from Germany, says Surf Curve. Hello, V Gates.
Tim.
Hello from Slovenia.
Yellow flag for the MB Babylon.
So are we going to see live scores or anything like this, or it's like an expression type format?
No, it is just an expression session, sort of. I mean, I just saw Bowles now managed to get up on the foil. Raw Ham's there too, so they found a bit of wind, some pockets of wind out there.
Raw Ham. Tell me about Raw Ham.
The Raw Ham. What do you want to know?
Tell me.
He's
Swiss?
Swiss, yeah. He's
Swiss.
also from the Bielersi. I mean, this is the Bielersi clan.
Bielersi, that's a
Bielersi.
lake.
Yeah, that's the lake.
Bielersi
where,
clan, okay.
Bowles and Jack are from, where Rawham is from. His girlfriend, Mrs. Rawham,
Is this where you get a lot of wind? This lake, random wind, like really windy. Is that the lake?
I think that yeah.
Or does that happen
no,
all over
there's
here?
another one where they get.
So, like I say, this is kind of a little bit new discipline, so it's a bit of a suck and see at the moment, but I think it's worth having a little expression session for this sort of thing, the MB battle. Obviously MB Boards, sponsor of Balls Muller. Probably in their interest to stick this on. I mean, why not showcase it and get some coverage for the boys. Definitely got a few guys out there. So what moves are we likely to see? Or what moves are you guys likely to see? Big cannonballer from Italy. Alessandro's on. Good to see. Alex Morales says, looks great.
It'd be nice just to see stuff they're doing. Cam 1 is out of focus.
Yeah, it'd be good if we could just have a look at the boys tune up. Oh, Raw Ham with a nice flacker. Look dangerous. I think we are going to see Danger Mouse out there. It is dangerous. We've got Ricardo saying that camera shot looks like Columbia River on a non-windy day. It's a lake, don't worry. It's a lake. There is an end.
Come on, lads, boom!
So, what shot have we got on here? Can we give a... Got a few boys pumping out there.
Hopefully we're going to get confirmation that they're going to try something, but it really is pretty light. So we are at 2,000
Competition
feet.
has started. Cameras on the riders, please.
So jetzt mal schauen. Upwind. Ja,
Foil freestyle is on.
Okay, so we're just trying to get the camera boys. Get us a There we go. That's what we've got. So the wind has dropped. It's a shame they were flying around before, just when we were racing, but the wind has definitely dropped. Got Simon Hardy saying, who chooses your music? Depends what music you're hearing. If you're hearing this music in the background, I guess this is local organised. There we go. Bulls Muller on that red sail. Raw Ham, I guess, is on the sail off Hamburg. I don't think we got Jacob Muller. He's not here. But both on the MB boards. Here we go. Are we going synchronised? Oh my God. It always worries me when Bulls is out there. Having a look. What's he got for us? Upwind 360. Full plane. Oh, helitack plane. Lovely. So, I mean, there's something in that. He's pumping it. He's going for it. Just to try and keep on the foil. That's the thing with the foils, because there's no drag. As soon as you get up there, you don't need a big sail, but you've got to get up there in the first place. So, not easy. So, using kind of semi-freestyle foils. Oh, having a bit of a switch around here. Bulls Muller helping out. Oh my God, that racing drone that the guy is flying here is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like it. Oh my God. I'm not, if I could just, I don't know how to explain it. It's going about 100 miles an hour and about as high as a windsurfer. It's like a ninja pilot, this one.
Sounds like a mosquito.
I've talked about ninja pilots before, but the guy who's flying this racing drone, he literally is a ninja pilot. It's like a computer game he's flying. I don't know what the rules are, health and safety wise, but you wouldn't want him to hit you. He's fanging around. And when you see the drone, it's not like a nice, crisp plastic, all, you know, it doesn't look, it looks like a battery stuck onto 3 propellers with a bit of foam on the bottom. It looks really randomly stuck together, but the thing is a mission. Yeah, it's like a noodle. Yeah, noodle from a swimming pool cut out. I think we should try and get a shot of it. Can we get a shot of him and his drone? It's probably worth it. It's pretty epic. And he's hopping around as well. He's obviously hurting himself.
Fellow cripple, huh?
Yeah. Raw Ham with the no-handed helitack. So I mean, it's not just about jumping up and down. Obviously, we haven't started, or have we? We don't really know.
Well, I
It's
heard
the
a
wind's
horn
dropped,
just now, a couple
basically.
minutes ago. I believe that was the start of it, because straight after the horn they were all trying to pump.
It's just a shame. As soon as they started, the wind just shut down. So at the moment, we really are seeing non-wind foil freestyle.
Even not windy enough for the foil.
Yeah, I mean that's light. I mean Balls is sinking. He is sinking. He is sinking. What is he thinking about? Probably if there was a bit more wind. There we go. That's the view of the town here. And what is this town called?
Silver Planet.
This is Silver Planet. Okay, just checking it's not called Engadin. Is Engadin a place? What is Engadin?
It's the area.
Area, okay. I'm just checking. Should know that as the commentator, but this is the area, Engadin. That's the glacier up there, so that's where they go snowboarding. That's where the winter Engadinwind happens. What was it called? The Engadinwind? Is it called the wind? Engadinwind? No, Engadin winter.
Engadin snow.
Engadin snow. There we go. 50-50, I reckon. Engadin snow, and they go down that glacier and just drop down about, I don't know, 200 meters sheer face. Pretty crazy. Well, come on, Balls. He's out planing on the other side of the lake. Is that a dry suit, or is he just gone out in his shell suit? I hope it's a dry suit. Well, if you are just tuning in, we are here for the Van Ora Engadinwind by Dakine Foilmania. Although not epic foiling at the moment. The wind has definitely dropped. There we go. This is Raw Ham. Oh, he's loading up. I'll keep my eye on Raw Ham. Got a. There we go. This is Balls Muller on the red Severn. Just carving around. Looks fun, that, doesn't it? It just looks, you know, it's not a super wide board. It's just a. How they look narrow, the boards. 60 odd.
I don't know, it was sinking a lot, wasn't it?
Sinking. He's always sinking.
Wow.
Bomb. How's that? Perfect culo. And there is no way in the world you would do a culo on a normal board out there. That was absolutely perfect. I mean, he makes that look easy. I mean, he really does.
It does.
That's insane. So Balls Muller out there showing off the culos. If you've been watching his social media channels, you'll know he's capable of doing some crazy, crazy stuff. In this wind, I think we're going to see, well, a little bit of an easier Balls Muller. Raw Ham just throwing in the duck jibe. So the guys over here in Switzerland kind of trying to make a thing of the... And it's not just about... We're not talking about kulos and konos and stopus and this sort of stuff. But, you know, freestyle is genuinely about freestyle. You know, bringing it back old school. And some of the old school moves on the foil, for me, look some of the best. Like the carving upwind 360, but you stay planing. I've seen that carving heavy tack. Even the downwind 360s and stuff, and just even the duck tacks and whatnot, just staying on the foil super smooth. It's best. Max Petty saying thanks for Dakine as a big supporter. My favourite equipment brand from the beginning. Because of you are the best. I would agree. I'm a big fan of Dakine. And I have to be honest, I need to have a word with the bloke. Because I've seen a Send It t-shirt. I think we need to do a hookup. I think it looked a pretty sick t-shirt. We need to have words. If anyone's got his contact, let me know. We're getting in contact with the boy because they're to support this event. They do also support the snow, Engadin. I think they've been supporting Engadin snow for quite a few years now, and then coming on this summer for the Engadinwind. So really good to see Dakine stepping back in, like real key, one of the early players in windsurfing, Dakine, and still going, you know. Got some of the best foot straps in the business, obviously harnesses. They got all the gear, and by the looks of it, one of the sickest t-shirts. I'm going to get my hand on one of them t-shirts. It kills me. What's he going to get? This is MB Boards, freestyle battle on the foils. Obviously the wind has dropped off a bit, but Balls Muller's still out there. Raw Ham still out there, and we've got a few others which I haven't been given a list of names, so kind of difficult. Fancy having a name like Raw Ham. Does anyone want to explain that to me?
Once he decided to order pizza in Cape Town, and instead of asking for like pizza with what is it? Now I'm going to say Raw Ham because I've forgotten the name of it. So I should earn that nickname now.
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto. Instead of ordering that, he should he ordered pizza with and then in that Swiss accent, it's like Raw Ham. It's just it was a brilliant moment, and it stuck, and the name stuck with it.
Raw Ham. Well, at least there's a story behind it. Cheers, Max. That would be great. It can be a beautiful thing, that.
Look how at ease Val's looked on the foil. No hands.
I can say he's just absolutely cruising, and there really is not a lot of wind out there, and he is just looking effortless. I mean, I guess foiling in Switzerland is bigger and getting bigger and bigger. I guess it's going to take over in Switzerland in these like. I mean, that's freestyle for me. That's straight up freestyle. Let's follow him all the way in because he's going to do something, no doubt about it. There we go. What's he got for us? Come on, give us some old school. You've got to love the duck jibe, haven't you? See, that's how little wind there is. Soon as he loses the tiny bit of power that he has, drops off the foil. Cool stuff. What is the current wind speed and what size sails are they using? Balls is usually on a 4.8, but maybe he's on 5.2 now, or doesn't look big, does it?
5.2 on the foil. I think he stops at 4.8.
Yeah, it's a 4.8. He's got a small ball because he's sinking, so maybe a 90.
Yeah.
Maybe smaller because he's not
really
that big, is he?
now,
Yeah, he's really
like
sinking.
90 or even a bit less. Maybe with the foil it makes it heavy, so it's probably around 90.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, he's definitely not floating.
Really
not at all, in fact.
Maybe it's less than 90, yeah.
He is submarining out there. He is absolutely submarining. So, if you're tuning in, what have you missed? You missed quite a lot, actually. We've kicked off pretty early this morning with the towing. Saw some big moves being thrown down. Biggest move of the day was to the man we got on the screens before, Balls Muller. That clip is online on various social media outlets. But when you check this clip, just check the speed of that drone. You think it's speeded up. You'll think there's something weird going on. But genuinely, that drone is just amazingly quick and flown by some little drone kid pilot. How old is he? He's got to be young, isn't he?
It's like 18 or 19.
18, 19. He's just absolute ninja. I've talked about ninja pilots before, but this is another level on ninjas. What's after ninjas? I don't know. Is there anything after ninjas? He's that. He's like Yoda. Yoda for the drone pilots. It's like a tiny little bee thing with a GoPro strapped to it and a pool noodle, and he's flying around at 100 miles an hour around everyone, in and out of sails. I can't wait to see the footage for the video because it's going to be using some of that footage. It's insane.
We've actually got that clip of Val, so we can bring that up.
Okay, yeah, let's bring that clip. Just check this. Okay, just going to warn you. This footage is not, I repeat, not speeded up. And I bet, well, if you didn't spot it, did you spot the cameraman in the water? Watch it again, look out for the cameraman, but that drone, there we go. We're just seeing it on your screens now, flying around like an angry wasp. Let's watch it again. And there you go. You gotta like that. Whatever you think about towing windsurfing, that is an epic shot. I mean, I'm loving that. I'm loving it. I'm gonna say, if that's the drone of the future, oh my god, it's like watching a sci-fi film, because every time I look out the window, I just see this green thing, which is the green like pool noodle, and just took off into the eye there about 100 miles an hour. Okay, so while we are waiting for the wind to come back and we can really kick in with this freestyle towing, we're going to get, what we got, the interview? Yeah, interview with Balls Muller, because And it is literally at the top of the mountain. We're in the middle, 2,000 meters. And I think up there it's another 2,000 meters on top of this. It's like 4,000. Surprised they could even talk. There's no oxygen up there. But let's take that out because it's a pretty classic interview.
So we caught up here with Bals Müller, Swiss freestyler and foil styler, at the top of the at the top of the core patch. We saw him and just caught him practicing his yodeling.
Oh yeah.
Bals, what do you make of this place? You're back again. I mean,
hey, the air is so fresh. I mean, every breath you take, you really you feel the snow, the ice around, and this epic Alp scenery. No, it's awesome being up here again. I mean, we just felt snowflakes before, and I mean it's midsummer Switzerland and freezing cold.
yeah, I mean we're extremely high up. It's 10,000 feet, 3,300 meters,
Yeah.
and the lake is down just behind us. Bals, are you looking forward to the competition?
Oh yeah, I'm actually nervous being up here because I saw 2-3 kite fallers already blasting over the lake. No, can't wait to get back down there and blast on my wings and send it.
Cool. And I mean, you're going to be taking part in actually this new discipline. I mean, new discipline. You've been like at the forefront of it. Foil styling, the freestyling on the foil. When was the first time you started that, and how did it go?
Actually, it was 2 years here, and just the other day I was watching back, and the last 2 years the progress we made was insane. I mean, from the gear which is not breaking anymore to actually landing moves, fully planing on the wing, it's actually quite scary what's still going to happen in the close future. I mean, these days there are probably like 5 or 6 guys doing moves on the wings. And I think in 2-3 years we're not going to call it windsurfing anymore, we're going to call it wind foiling. I mean, it's taking over, especially here in Switzerland. I mean, at the place like here, we're so high up, the wind actually doesn't feel so strong because the wind strength is much thinner as the air is super thin, up on 1,800 meters. So with the foil we're blasting every day, and I mean, this year I've been so much sailing. Like, I mean, I've been almost every day on the water. And freestyling, so normal fin surfing, I've been 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, we can see you're making a lot of progression on the foil. I mean, you're also ripping it in the normal freestyle without the foil. What's the main like differences between that when you go on the water now after like 2 years of practice? How is that different, and how do you apply maybe what you learn in one to the other?
It's for sure the biggest progress were the new foils, which are much easier to sail. I mean, at first foiling is super hard. It's super tricky to stand on the wing and actually control the wing. And now these days it's just I can close my eyes and I'm foiling super smooth with my new wings and foils, and that's a big difference. And it makes me, it just offers so many opportunities to actually send it on the foil, and you're flying out the orbit once you get this lift from the wings. You get much more pop compared to normal windsurfing. I mean, out of flat water these days it's possible to do backflips and front flips.
It's crazy, man.
It's
crazy what you're doing.
And you get so much lift. I would say compared to fin surfing, you get like 2.5-3 meter more lift, which is insane.
So what's the craziest move you've done then on the foil?
I think it's still the shifty, which still scares me because it's a hard rotation, and you actually get a lot of lift out of the wings, but you don't have the sail power. And for this move, you sort of need the sail power. But in foiling, I'm like this. I'm like holding the boom like this, and there's no sail power. I'm flying in 10 knots wind, which is like 0 wind, and that's the biggest difference to normal windsurfing. So it needs quite a bit of adaptation there, because you're actually sailing way more sensitive. So the double air cooler and double air burn is getting closer and closer, which is a scary rotation.
We've heard rumours, huh?
Let's hope we get some good wind here, and then
we can show some of it.
Oh yeah, and I mean I'm also freaking scared of those foil wings, as they're, I mean my wing is like a kitchen knife. You easily can cut tomatoes with it. and also faces.
I mean, they can get you back pretty good, huh?
I heard our cameraman had a go on a foil and a jet foil and
Had a little scrape yesterday, near miss. Cool, pals. So, what about the other people, the guys who are also doing it? There are other guys doing it. Your brother.
Yeah, my brother is actually, my brother gets to a point where each session I'm scared from him because he's not able to do those air scope boosts like big moves in normal windsurfing. And now with the foil he starts sending it, he gets way bigger and way higher than normal windsurfing. And I'm just scared that he loses his strap and one day gonna end up on the wing. And
like you have?
Like I did, yeah. But no, I mean, and on the other hand, Roham, Michael Neff, he's only foiling. I mean, and he makes so big progress. The last 2-3 months he was landing kulos and trying burners and whatever on the foil. He's not able doing it in normal windsurfing. So no one can tell me it's impossible to do moves with a foil.
So we've got Jack Norris and Raw Ham. But what about like people in the freestyle fleet? Are there any of the guys coming up and trying?
I mean, we got Steven and Jentel up here, and it's
they're both going to try.
I hope so. It's my project to get them on the foil doing tricks, but it's been a hard time. I mean, I'm trying to motivate them. I've been training all winter with them. I've been flying, blasting every day on my foil, and they've been windsurfing normal. I don't know what it needs to actually motivate them.
Where would you actually? That's a good idea. Like where would you say for someone who just wants to start it?
Yeah.
Like what would you say to do? What was the first thing?
Just don't be scared of the wings and send it into a back loop. Just go into your straps and you're flying. You drop a bit down. Don't touch the surface, but just fly down, and then you pop up like a normal back. You push the back leg and you fly out the water, and you end up being 2.5-3 meters above the surface doing a backflip rotation. It's not that hard to land. I mean, it's for sure gonna happen these next years.
Yeah, I mean, there's more people trying and trying. What would you say is the world's hardest move?
Yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe people gonna walk up the Mount Everest and trying the highest ever kulo in windsurf history. No, I think the highest windsurf moves will happen here this week, because the progress we did in wind foiling was never as crazy as the past weeks. Every session I call my best session lately, which is insane because every day it's progressing.
It's crazy. Yeah?
It's progressing like hell.
Cool. So, Bells, there's rumours of the double air burner on the foil.
It's a 720 rotation windsurfing, and actually it's this move been in my head for years already. I think it's 3 or 4 years we're trying this move in normal windsurfing. And I never got the lift and the pop for the spin and rotation. And now with the foil, suddenly it's happening. It's getting there. I mean, I got spins which were already 720 fully in the air, and I think 900 will be possible as well, which is a lot of spin, a lot of rotation.
A lot of air rotation, huh? Yeah. That's awesome to hear. And so what about regular stance as well? Is that, do you find that harder between switch and regular, or is it?
Actually, the switch stance is like the rotation when you push the sail against the wind, backwind, feel more natural, because you can control it easier on the landing because you push the sail again into the wind. Regular stance, it's harder because you backwinded and you twisted with your body, but it's gonna happen for sure. It's just a matter of time, and I think it's a matter of for sure they're gonna be a small Japanese or Chinese kid doing those quad triples quite soon.
Quad
corks or whatever. I mean, the question is not to try it, the question is to land it, and that's the point. I mean,
well,
everyone can send it.
We see you are. So awesome. Thanks very much, Bells Muller. We'll see you on the water.
In the water.
Back to the studio.
Okay, so there you go. The interview with the crazy man that is Bells Muller. So, what's changed? Well, the wind is definitely not returned to what it was before, but we have heard we're going to go into racing once again. So the IFCA Foil World Championships will be back on. Results at the moment. I don't know if we can... We're going to read through a few of the results. We got Op Zeeland from the Netherlands leading. He won the first race,
third in the second race, and then won the third and won the fourth race. So on 3 points at the top of the tree, looking solid as a rock. In second place, we've got Julian Bond, ex-Olympic medalist. He was third in the first race, first in the second, so he was level pegging then with the Dutchie, but then in the third race dropped down to 8th, and then in the last race 4th, so came back strong. So he's on 8 points, so 5 points adrift at the moment. Sebastian Curd, the German, coming back from that nasty foot injury he had over in Fuerteventura, where he basically sliced his foot on someone's fin just before starting and didn't even sail further. He had a bit of a rough year actually, so not much training, but very consistent today. 5th, 4th, and 6th, so looking good there. Steve Allen in 4th place, 7th, 5th, and 2nd, so he's got stronger during the competition. We've also got Nicholas Goya looking pretty good. 9th, 2nd, that was one of his best results, and then a 9th, and then a 3rd. So with a couple of discards coming in, if he goes on a run, he could challenge. We've got Alexander Cousin, 12th, 6th, 2nd, and a 7th. Gonzalo Costa-Hovel in 7th place, 4th, 16th, 6th, and a 5th, so getting a bit more consistency. In 8th place, Sebastian Curd, 8th, 5th, 3rd, and 8th. And then the Swissman, Colombo,
Tim, can you just
2nd in the first race, 9th, 12th, and a 12th. So he's looked pretty good. And then rounding out the top 10 is Nicholas Preen, 6th, 8th, did not finish, and 9th. So yeah, pretty solid indeed. Just looking at that did not finish. I wonder what happened then, because he did get measured after one of the races. That's interesting. We'll have to find out about that tomorrow. Then we got a couple of the new Frenchies to me, Gallos and Polkuan, Tak from the Netherlands, Willem, Steven van Broekhoven. So we're going to see the results. Hopefully we're going to see them on screen. So Tony Willem obviously coming back from an RSX background as well. Steven van Broekhoven doing pretty well in 15th place. Remember, there's 70 people in this World Championships. First of the Brits is Henry Bloodworth. Then we got Richard Stauffacher in 17th place. Luka Metrovic in 18th. The New Zealander, which is Antonio Cozzolino. We'll say it in a French, an Italian accent. Then Matteo Benz, no relation to Mercedes-Benz maybe, in 20th place, another Swiss riders. And we still got some pretty big names in 21st, Pastor, got Jepsen, Lillilung, we've got Vorenberg, Huget, Beeman, Daly. There we go, that's the results down to 14th place. You can see just the force that is Luke van Op Zeeland. So if you want to have a look through the scores, we can have scroll down. You can see Bontemps second, Kördel, Allen, Goya, all of them there as we talked you through. Steve van Broekhoven, not quite how you spell his name usually, but let's give it a good go. Henry Bloodworth, good to see the Brit up there in the top 20. I can say another Swiss, Henry Stauffacher, Metrovic, the boys, Nicholas Vorenberg down in 24th. Maxim Obrzeko from Russia, used to race with him back in the RSX days. So we've got another Colombo down there from Switzerland, Aaron Ekman, 34th, Finn Hawkins in 35th, doing alright. Michael Polak from Poland, seen him around a bit. So yeah, Rafferty Reed, Brit. So there we go. We are just hearing they're calling the riders out there, and we're going to go into a. We're going to go into another one. Yes, we are. We're going into race number 5. So he will be leading at the end of this. Van Op Zeeland, no doubt about it. He will be leading. He's got worst case result is a 3rd. So worst he will finish at the end of this next race will be 6 points, because he can just discard the 5th race whatever happens. So he'll be on 6 points.
and the closest Bontemps can get to that would be 8 points. So it doesn't actually matter what happens now. Luc van Op Zeeland will be leading the World Championships after 5 races. If he was to win the next one, then he would definitely be leading as well. So it's going to be a very good battle. This, I'm sure he's feeling pretty confident. He's got good speed, and we've seen that on the last reach. He's been taking a few places, not going around the last mark in first place, and by the end of that reach, he's in first place. He did it to Alexander Cousin, he did it to Steve Allen. So there'll be a few guys thinking, okay, this boy's quick. Big boy is quick. So, race number 5, not far off. Who's your money on? Who's out there? Where are you watching? We're on the Windsurfing TV YouTube channel at the moment, just looking at some comments. I can look at anywhere. You just have to tell me where, because we do have a lot of options just to get the stream out there, get people watching it. But if you want to leave a comment, it's easier if we're just in one place.
Update to all races. So leading at the moment with 3 first places and 1/3 is Luc van Op Zeeland. Second place is Julian Bond.
Julian Bontemps in second. He's been looking good as well. It's a shame about the freestyle battle. I had high hopes for that, but literally, as soon as they kicked it off, the wind dropped down, and the boys and the girls really couldn't put on the show we were hoping for, because it really was light. I mean, we're talking about these guys on the foils on 10 meters and big race foils, so when you're on a 4.8 and a small freestyle board, it's not much. So we're going to just take a small break now, just while we get ready for this race, and then we're going to be back and bring you full coverage for the racing action in race number 5. I think that might be the last race we're going to live stream today. We've got a few deadlines we're going to make, and we'll be back, don't you worry, for day number 2. But we will have one more race coming up for you. Race number 5 coming up soon after this break.
Since I was a child, now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I feel there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. Babe, I want to be with you, but you know there's music too. Don't let jealousy alert you. Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right. Stop this get fight. Stop this get fight.
Okay, so back in, and we have got the racers lining up for the start of race number 5 at the IFCA World Foil Championships. You can see, there he is. That's the man, the big unit that is Luke van op Zeeland. It's a bit of a mouthful, the Zoolander. And Ed 55 right outside our commentary booth at the moment. Getting a close look at him, or before he was. He's a big fella. There he is on your left hand side, in case you don't know what he looks like. About to get the countdown. There we go. So we're in. Who's going to take the honours? We're about to find out, aren't we? We are about to find out who is going to be leading. Well, if we have 5 races today, depends how many races we have, but after 5, it would definitely be the Dutchman who's leading. But the other boys can make a good dough of this. They need to close in the gap. They need him to be outside the top 3, and they need to be challenging. Julian Bond Thompson needs to win this one to get him right in the mix for a world title, because that's what it's going to come down to. IFCA world title on the line here. And that is the view. If you've never seen footage from here in Lake Silverplana in Switzerland, this is it. It is insane, the scenery. Huge mountains, glacier behind. Lovely forest coming up. It's good mountain biking to be had by all accounts. Good skiing, snowboarding in the winter. Obviously in the summer they've got a windsurfing centre on the beach here on the lake, and it's pretty cool setup, I gotta say. It's a cool look at that thing. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Apparently you can drink straight out the lake. You can literally just drink the water in the lake. Is that true? Just
it is true. It
guzzle
goes
it down.
straight off the glaciers, off the mountains.
It's freezing.
It's freezing.
You don't need any ice, that's for sure. It's cold enough. But it's actually not freezing. You can see the boys are in like short arm suits and stuff. So it's not like it's freezing. The water isn't boiling hot, that's for sure.
Guys, it's going to be a real fun start on the other end of the start line.
So what we're looking at is port tack bias line by the looks of it.
It looks like everyone's going to be starting in the other end of the line. All angles look good.
Okay, here we go. Coming up to the start. Race number 5. Julian Bond Thompson in the mix. Luke van op Zeeland totally in the mix, in control. And obviously in 3rd place at the moment is Curd, the big German. Back in the running, back in the game after a nasty accident over in Fuerteventura. Here we go. Countdown's coming in.
8,
Stud. It's a start. Look at that, good start on the Neil Pride. Is that Bontemps? Oh, there's a bit of angle on these guys coming in from starboard tack. Actually, they're not as bad as it looked from the start. The guys on the starboard tack end are making good ground. It looks like the port tack boys are going to win it though. And it looks like, is that, difficult to see. It looks like Netherlands, Denmark. So Curd looking pretty good. Van Op Zeeland, they were saying he's pumping, but he definitely is. I'm watching him now, just putting in a few little pumps just to climb out. Every time you can put a few pumps in on the foil, you can just work your way a little bit upwind. Definitely helps to have the leverage. 2 meters tall, he's got the leverage. Nicholas says Switzerland has it all except wind for today. Yeah, it has it. This wind though, there's wind enough for foiling, and we are back in the action. Lake Silver Planner, in case you're asking. Pappy's online. Pappy. Who's going to win this one? Come on, make some predictions. We'll soon find out. It's a good event to come to, even if you just want to check out the place. There's a lot happening here. I've got obviously the sponsors. Decine have got a stand here. I know Starboard, Severn have got a stand here. There's MB Boards have got a stand here. And obviously got the windsurfing centre as well, plus the action on the water. They've got parties, they've got breakdancing competitions, DJs. It's all going on. And meanwhile, on the water, we have got Foilmania. We've got this, which is the IFCA World Foiling Championships. And we've got the MB Boards Freestyle Battle as well on the foils. Not forgetting the towing in the morning. So we have plenty of action to see on the water and off the water. I mean, maybe you're in the neighbourhood. It's not that far. Switzerland is quite close to a lot of places in Europe. It's kind of in the middle, isn't it? If you're in Germany, pop over. It's not too far from Munich, I think 3 hours. From Milan in Italy, 3 hours. So I flew into Milan the other day. Had a lovely drive up here. Look at that. What an epic shot. That's from the drone up on top. I think that might be Steve Allen in the mix there on that down sail. I think he's still on. So you can see making their way upwind towards that top mark. Let's see who's going to be in the mix. Be leading this at the top mark. Just see everyone crossing backwards and forwards. And then we're only concentrating on these top 2 guys. You've got to remember, there's 70 riders in this Foiling World Championships. And we really only see the top few. And you've got to remember, the top 20 are solid sailors. It's just how it goes when you've got big fleet racing like this. With slalom, 8 riders in a heat, you get to see kind of everyone. But in the big fleet like this, if you're in 15th, you're probably not going to get noticed. And that is a hell of a result, 15th in this kind of fleet and this sort of level of sailors. Who's going to be leading? And we see Gonzo across the Hovel up there. It looks like we're going to see a Severn. Maybe Steve Allen looking good again. Or Pride, I think, just tacked nice and early on top ley line. Struggling to get going. You can see just pumping, but they look like they're in a good position. It looks like a Neil Pride coming in on that port tack ley line and looking to make good ground. They're going to be quite far in the lead. Oh, it could be a Severn, actually. It could be that man, couldn't it? Luke Van Op Zeeland. Let's have a look. The Zoolander. Although looks like he's getting headed, whoever it is here. There are other boys over the other side who are getting a bit more of a lift. But they're coming right into the mark here. See if we can see. It is, I think it is a Neil Pride. Can't get close enough to really see. They've gone round the first mark though. The leader has just gone round. It is the Neil Pride. Could be Bontemps. He's got a healthy looking lead. Zoolander looks like second, and then Steve Allen, so it could be a familiar front 3 looking at that, what I just saw on my picture then. Yeah, here's the leader. Looks like Steve Allen in second, Zoolander in third.
Got a healthy looking lead on the Neil Pride though. Looking pretty solid. There we go. I think it could be Bontemps. He's pumping like Bontemps can. So maybe Julian Bontemps, that will be what he needs. He needs a first place. Making really good ground. Very tactical, as we heard from Sebastian Curd earlier. A lot of good shifts and gusts coming through. And it's really how you play those gusts. You've got to stay in the pressure. As soon as you go outside the pressure, you are just giving up meters and meters to your opponents. You were saying you lose 4 places. It's such a tight field. You can't afford to make any mistakes. And it looks like, to me, it's Bontemps in the lead. Second place, Steve Allen. Luc van op Zeeland, the current event leader, hasn't dropped outside the top 3 in any of the 4 races so far. He's got devastating speed on the reach. He's a big unit as well. You can just see him there in the background. Look at the size of him compared to the other 2 riders in the shot. 14 to 15 knots on the race course. That's what we're hearing. Alex Morales, foil racing next level. Awesome. Said web services. Good bit of advertising here. There we go. Who's going to make the jibes? We're not seeing many mistakes in the jibes as the years go on, is there? Is there a link to the results? Yes, there is. They should be on the IFCA site. This is the IFCA World Championships. That's Kernham. So maybe it was Kernham that was leading. Maybe it was Sebastian Curd was leading, not Julian Bontemps. So there we go. Much better view of it. Sebastian Curd from Denmark looking solid. Steve Allen second, and look at him already. The Zoolander's already caught right up. And he is right in the mix as they come down to this bottom mark. Still quite a long way to go. And you've got to say, on the reach with the weight advantage, I'm sure Zeelander's going to come through. We'll put the results on the screen at the end of this race, if you want, just to make it easier. I tell you what though, Sebastian Curd, he is making a real good go of this. He's not stopped pumping down this downwind. He looks like he means business. There he is. The man on the Neil Pride is on the 9 metre. Neil Pride couldn't put their big one in because it's too tall for the race regulations. So they've had to use their 9 metres. So there may be a little bit of a disadvantage here. Zeeland usually uses the Neil Pride, and he's had to use a Severn for this, but it doesn't seem to be holding him back. So there we go. Kernham round the bottom mark in first place, and he's got a good old lead on him. Steve Allen coming through in second place, and Op Zeeland going to come round in third. I would expect him to take some distance out of the top 2. Just look at the size of the fella. He's a massive unit, isn't he? He's a big fella. Difference of stance there. You can see Kernham with that, with that kind of little sit-down. What do they call it? Turkish toilet. Is that what they call it? I can't remember what the boys call it on tour. It's the long drop. You've all been there. Looking good though. Looking good from the Danish rider. He's been having a good year so far. Nice mark round as well. Not slowing down, not going too wide. There we go. Steve Allen in first place. Roberto Hoffman's just woken up, I think. We got Zoolander coming through in third place. And then we've got one of the foilers, which looks like Balls Muller. Having a little go, but it's not going to challenge him. Looks like Alexander Kuzan just coming through in about fourth place. Then Gonzalo Costa Hovel. Not seen any of the Gastras coming through, but maybe it's Curdle coming through, but still a bit of good go. Germany 3 just coming round with Sebastian Curdle. So it's all on. How are they going to stack up at the end of this? I'm going to give you a link to these results just so you know where they are. I don't know if this is, can I give you this link? Maybe I can. I guess so. I'll just put the link on, make sure it's easier.
So the first Swiss, India Colombo here, Switzerland,
Colombo coming through. He's been having some good races. A few people tacking off early. Now, we've not seen that very often. That's not always good. Nicholas Goya doesn't look like he's having a good one. He is deep. Stephen van Broekhoven just coming round as well. Just off your screens, we're looking kind of outside of the mark roundings now as they're coming through. So there's a few guys deep. That looks like Nico Prien down in the dumps there. Pastor as well. So not one of their better races. A lot of work to do for those boys. Pretty cool though that we can race in this sort of wind. You know, this is obviously a 2,000 meters. The power, it's not quite there in the breeze as well. So all those count towards perfect for foiling, making this event happen. Right, we're going to go try and have a look at the leaders if we can. See if we can pick them out. We've got one of the leaders is up there. Looks like Kernum from Denmark. Looking good. Just changing the drone batteries. Got 2 drones up at the moment. Just have to make sure we bring them in for their pit stop halfway around. So Kernum looking good. Got guy saying Dutch rider Hujan Tak won the Kona World Championships in Lake Garda last week. He's top 15 here too. He's got some skills. That Kona's a hard discipline. You can't move the mass track. I had a bit of a shock when I went on that thing. Not the fastest of crafts out there. Come on the Dutchies, says Ferry. Right then, let's have a see if we can pick him up. There we go. That's Zoolander on that Severn. And he looks like he's still got work to do. Sebastian Kernum is holding him off. And he's just covering him all the way up this beat by the looks of it. Just sitting on top of him. And as long as he's got the speed, that's going to be a very good tactic. The problem is in this shifty wind, sometimes you can just get out of sync. And then you're in a bit of trouble and they're going to catch you up. So let's hope he's got his tactics right. You can see he just gets a bit headed there as they're coming across the course. It's about staying in the pressure. Downwind, we were hearing from Sebastian Curd is the problem. When you get those big gusts from behind, you can't do anything about it. You're literally just sitting duck on the downwind. Alright, so Kernum, are we going to see him tack for the ley line pretty soon? He can't be far off. Where's Steve Allen? Steve Allen's still going, isn't he? You can't keep him down. He's been around a long time, Steve Allen. There he is, speak of the devil. Still going strong. And he's still ahead of the Dutchman. Yeah, you just saw that crossing in front of Zoolander.
Okay,
So let's have a look. Who's had the best of the upwind? Sebastian Kernum was looking good. Where's the windward mark? See if we can get it in shot. It's going to be still Kernum. Lovely, nails the ley line. He's already round. Be interested to see how far behind the second place is because that looks a very good upwind for Sebastian Kernum. Are we going to see the first win of the Vanora Engadinwind by the Kine for the Danish rider Sebastian Kernum?
Number 1 at the moment, 8 to 9 knots. 8 to 9 knots is mark number 1.
The leader has just passed the second mark.
He's already ripping it through. He's got a bit of competition behind him though. I think it's Steve Allen still. And actually, Van Op Zeeland has dropped back a bit from what I can see from here in the commentary booth. We'll try and pick them up on the cameras, but it looks like Sebastian Kernum's got a bit of the lead. Steve Allen is still in contention, but Luke is definitely not winning this one. Zoolander's going to have to settle for outside the top 2, I think. It looks like Steve Allen and Kernum will be the ones fighting it out, but this man, the Dane, 75 kilos, and he's not the tallest, holding it on for us guys of normal sizes out there.
Cam 2, see if you can pick up rider 1 and rider 2.
So looking good for Kernum to get his first win and end race number 5 in a pretty solid condition, position. He's been looking good in the other race. He's been pretty consistent.
Curd, well, I say he's been consistent. That would be a little lie, because he hasn't actually. He's had a, I don't know, 8th, 5th, 3rd, 8th, pretty solid. This would definitely not hinder his chances of a podium. You can see there's the 3 riders all in shot. Steve Allen. He's catching it, isn't he? He is pulled in a bit of ground on Sebastian Curd. Curd already jibing off. Van Op Zeeland, you can see, he's quite far behind. It's between Steve Allen and Curd really for this top 2, unless there's a miracle. And Op Zeeland really does something, but it's going to be Curd. He's already lining up for that bottom mark. Just having a look out the window. He's not. He's miles away from the bottom mark. It's deceptive, that camera angle. Looking good though. He's on a good line. Yeah, Steve Allen is still in contention here. Bulls Muller just probably getting in the way. With a big smile on his face. It's hard to be upset with Bulls Muller. Steve Allen, he's on a good one here. He's making ground up. There he is. There he's just coming into shot. He's got a good line. It looks like he's got a bit more pressure. If you see him start to pump, it'll probably be a good indication that he's in the mix. But yeah, you see, he feels he's got a chance here. If he didn't feel he got a chance, I don't think he'd be pumping like he is. You can see he's just willing it further downwind, and he's going to try and jibe inside. Oh, what a move this would be for Steve Allen. What a move this could be. And good jibe. Can he keep the speed? Curdham's coming in with more speed, but Steve Allen is already up to speed, and he's gone around the last mark. What a last jibe, or last mark rounding from Allen. And Allen now has the advantage coming down this last reach. We've had some beautiful drag races on this last reach. Curdham, he's not the biggest. I don't think he's going to have the speed to take down Allen on this reach. You can see Steve Allen's trying to take him up high, and he's just going to settle. Now, the hardest thing is to go downwind, maybe without the power. And you can see already he's dropping off. And there's a good move from Curdham. Curdham's gone low because he's going to keep the power in for the last part of this reach. So it could be advantage Sebastian Curdham. But Steve Allen is holding him off at the moment. But it could all change at the end. Steve Allen could come in strong from down low. Oh, sorry, Curdham could come down low, but it doesn't look like it, does it? Steve Allen is holding his line. He's holding his line really nice. Let's probably go to the other shot because it looks like he's plenty of juice in this. We're going to have Steve Allen take the victory. And there he is. Great race on the downwind from Steve. Tactical. The old master's still got it, hasn't he? Sebastian Curd will be a bit gutted, I reckon, for second there. He looked like he got first wrapped up. And then still a very solid result for the Dutchman in third. He's not been outside the top 3 in all the 5 races today. So really great performance from Luc van Op Zeeland. Kuzan coming through in 4th place. And that will be it. So we are hearing that is the last race of the day. Boom.
Camera on the finish.
Really good performance, you've got to give it. Steve Allen, he must be cracking on a bit now. How old Steve Allen? Anybody want to give me any guesses? We got Alex Mariah saying, oh God, Steve, great move. Exactly, he played that to perfection. Staying inside and just getting on the inside of Curdham around that last mark. I mean, you could see him coming down. He had a nice bit of pressure in the middle. Kind of sailed his own game down that last downwind. And he really put the pressure on. I thought there was no chance Curdham was going to get caught, but the old master catching him right on it. It's a bit of a, I mean, these old Aussies, I've got to say the old Aussies, Steve won't mind me saying that, but those boys have been through everything. They've designed their own boards, fins, foils, sails, everything, because they're in Australia, miles away from everything was happening. They were doing their own thing, so they have really got a knack for tweaking and twiddling and tweaking. You can say his sail looks like a cut down something. You know, and that's for me is Steve Allen. He's kind of loves all that little originally pokery sanding stuff and doing all that shimmying around. Definitely pays off. But for me, that was all about tactics, not just gear. And he's grown into this competition. If we look at his results, looking really good. He's looking, in fact, in fine form. Steve Allen, his results have got better during the competition. Was sitting in 4th place before that win, and he went 7th, 5th, 2nd. So maybe we'll put the results on the screen. I don't know if we can do that. No. Okay. But yeah, he's looking good. So Steve's going to probably jump ahead of Sebastian Curd, so he'll go into the top 3, and actually maybe ahead of Julian Bond, because Bond was down in that one. And the thing is, Bontomp's first result was an 8, so 4, 12, 16. Steve Allen.
M3, can you bring your
Oh
camera?
yeah, Steve Allen might be up into 2nd place overall. So solid result for the Aussie.
Fabian, can you bring your camera?
So there you go. As we people are crossing off over the line now, but that will be the end of racing today and end of all activities. I think the only thing left is the bar, a few beers, bit of a debrief, and we'll be coming back for tomorrow. I don't know if we've got anything else planned today, Mr. Sims. No, that is it. So there you go. What a day on the water. We had the foil qualifying for the EFPT. That will be tomorrow as well. Another 3 runs from the 8 riders, and then 6 riders at the end of tomorrow's qualification session will go through to the Saturday final. We're obviously going to bring you more from the IFCA World Champion, Foil World Championships, which we've got a leader at that, quite a runaway leader at the moment, with Luke van Op Zeeland is leading ahead of Steve Allen, Julian Bond. And then we're hopefully going to have the freestyle foil battle. That's the MB freestyle foil battle in full flow tomorrow. Let's hope the wind cranks. Let's hope we can get these boys getting some serious action and demonstrating what is possible on a freestyle foil board. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, like and share all the stuff you see from the Venora Engadinwind by Dakine, because these guys are actually putting in a superb effort to make this event happening, and it's really good to see. So if you see anything out there and you like it, don't forget to press the like. Share it if you want, but the liking is definitely important. Commenting, and we'll join us tomorrow for day number 2. See you then.